want you to raise your hand if you've ever been told you look tired, even when you're not, even when you've probably had a good 8 to 9 hours of sleep the night before, but just because you don't have any makeup on and your under eyes are darker, maybe you feel super energetic, but just because how your under eyes look.
If anyone has any tips for how to get rid of dark circles, please let me know. I feel like no matter how much sleep I get, they're just always dark.
You're labeled as tired, lazy, and someone who doesn't put in much effort in the way they look. It's an example of another Eurocentric beauty standard. Eurocentric beauty standards are ideas of beauty that favor features like light skin, straight hair, slim noses, which are common in people of European descent. South Asian women and men have higher melanin levels, hence we're tanner, and when you have higher melanin levels, with that comes hyperpigmentation.
This is what my under eye looked like over a month ago. It's giving blue, it's giving purple, it's giving, is that even me?
South Asians are more susceptible to dark circles than, for example, Caucasians. So for someone to come up to you and say you look tired when that's really just how our skin naturally looks is rude, to say the least. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Maryam, and on this channel we talk about all things fashion and lifestyle. If you're wondering why I'm in a totally different background right now, it's because I moved back to Dubai to live with my parents, and if you guys watched my previous YouTube video, which will be linked down below, I talk more on the topic in that video. Today we're going to be talking about why dark circles are such a big deal in the brown community, why we're made to feel ashamed, and how we can actually reclaim the narrative from it being a flaw on our face to a feature. So first, let's start by talking about why dark circles are more prominent on South Asian skin tone. The number one reason is genetics and skin tone. South Asians often have higher melanin levels. Hyperpigmentation around the eyes can occur more easily due to increased melanin production. So essentially, it's in our genes. It's how we're naturally programmed to appear. The second reason is because the under eye skin is thinner compared to the rest of our bodies. The under eye area tends to have a thinner skin, and the prominence of blood vessels beneath can be more visible on dark skin tones, creating a more shadowy type of appearance, which is basically another way of saying it's in our genes. It's how we're programmed to look. Third reason is our lifestyle and environmental factors. Things such as high stress levels, lack of sleep, and exposure to pollution, which is so common in some of the major cities in India. I mean, the pollution levels are insane. These factors can worsen the appearance of dark circles, and these factors are common in urban lifestyles within the South Asian community. The fourth reason is honestly so common: iron deficiency. We've all seen memes about brown girls having iron deficiency. It's like a thing. I mean, you must have come across one or two in your time scrolling on Instagram or TikTok. And iron deficiency can essentially reduce oxygen flow to tissues and can cause a darker circle appearance. And another reason is sun exposure. Sun exposure, as we all know, can worsen hyperpigmentation, which we're more susceptible to. And without adequate sun protection, without putting enough SPF on, South Asians in general are more likely to develop worsening dark circles over time. And those are all the 5 reasons why South Asians are more susceptible to dark circles than other races. And the number one point I want to discuss and tackle in this video is how South Asians are expected to meet Eurocentric beauty standards and ignore the way we are genetically designed to appear. South Asians have their own beautiful skin tones and just the way we look naturally. Essentially, the issue here is that we're tackling is that how we're meant to bend and twist and turn and mold ourselves into looking like how we're supposed to. So essentially, if you look at yourself in the mirror, I mean, when I look at myself in the mirror, I see darker circles than I would see on a friend who is not of the same race as me. You might feel the same way as well, and it's not just you. It's a shared experience with all of us South Asians. We just have different looking skin.
Having dark under eyes used to be my biggest insecurity, but now I love them. However, it takes a lot to cover these up.
And our skin, with the way it's designed, is susceptible to other things, such as hyperpigmentation, that other races may not be as much. A side note, one of the reasons that really pushed me to make this video is I saw a creator online on Instagram. I'll link her profile down below. Her name is Dia.
I'm going out today and I'm not wearing any makeup and I'm literally shitting my pants. I'm actually going to an influencer's event. I'm gonna be around so many cameras.
And she basically posted she went to an influencer event where everyone is literally dolled up looking their best without concealing her under eyes whatsoever, and that was so beautiful to me. Like, I loved that so much. Another influencer is Zara Amarji.
So today we're doing a makeup tutorial using my discoloration to my advantage.
I posted a video recently where she used her dark circles to help her with her smoky eye look that she's going for. So it's beautiful to see that there's so many South Asian creators out there who actually embrace it and fully celebrate it and use it as a tool to make them appear appear more beautiful. Now let's talk about more of the societal shade. What society has to say about this, a narrative in society through adverts, etc. And sometimes also unsolicited advice from people. I mean, we've already discussed Fair and Lovely at length in my previous videos, and the same can be said about concealer ads. And while they may appear less damaging than, let's say, Fair and Lovely ads, it's the entire narrative behind it to mold yourself and look a certain way to appeal to the Eurocentric beauty standards. White skin is a Eurocentric beauty standard, and also molding the way our eyes naturally look to fit their standards is another form of inequality. And now here's the thing, I still wear concealer underneath my eyes when I want to, when I wish to. The point here in this video is not for you to like throw away all your makeup and not use anything. It's to shift the narrative and to shift the reason why you're doing it. The next time you feel like you have to wear something just to appear like you're not tired, let's say at work, let's say when you're going out and about, remind yourself that you're not actually being messy or sloppy. This is just how we are designed to look. This is how we appear naturally, and there's nothing wrong in embracing it. The only issue is when we start to wear these makeups, concealers, whatever, when we want to hide who we are and not because we want to celebrate who we are. I still wear concealer every now and then, and I don't think I will ever stop doing that. I will still have my no makeup days, but the point here is that when you're not wearing makeup, I don't want you or myself or anyone to feel ashamed about the way it looks. Like, that's just how it naturally looks, and just because it doesn't fit the Eurocentric beauty standard doesn't mean it's not good enough. That's the main point and the main narrative of this video. And now, one of you commented the other day about another Eurocentric beauty standard, and that's the facial proportions, how everything has to look slim, a bigger forehead. I mean, the entire proportions of your face has to match the, again, Eurocentric beauty standard. So that's another example that we can talk about. It's the facial proportions myth. There's a reason why everyone wants to go and get smaller noses and not embrace the way their noses look. The facial proportions myth is another Eurocentric beauty standard that often idealizes balanced facial proportions, as in your upper, mid, and lower face. And what that does is it sidelines every other diverse natural features. I mean, there's tons of videos you'll see online on YouTube about how everyone's sort of starting to look the same because everyone's trying to reach this particular facial proportions ideal that everyone loves these days. And what all of this does is features that are celebrated in South Asian culture are now labeled as insecurities due to globalized beauty trends. And now let's come back to the phrase, you look tired. It's such a common phrase. I've had it said to me. Actually, I've also a few times had it commented to me on a few of my past videos. To be very fair and frank, it's not really the word that get to you. It's the judgment behind it. It's the judgment behind it where you feel like the other person, whoever is saying it to you, perceives you as someone who doesn't put much effort in their appearance, when that is not the case. You actually do put in effort. You do get your 8 hours or 9 hours of sleep. You do your exercise, drink your water, etc., etc. But you just chose not to put makeup on, and you're just embracing how you naturally look as a South Asian. And as human beings, we desire to be accepted and we desire a sense of belonging in our community. And sometimes we just mold and bend and just like, you know, try and wiggle our way into some kind of thing that we aren't really. I mean, we tend to like change ourselves just to be accepted in society because as human beings, we naturally have the desire to be accepted. And now let's talk more about how we can make a more empowering shift, how we can start seeing it as something that's a flaw in our face to something that's actually a feature. Moving from the phrase flaw to feature. It's not a flaw on your face to have dark circles. It's a feature. It's part of who you are. It's part of your genetic makeup. That's just how we're naturally programmed to look and appear. And so what if it doesn't fit into a Eurocentric beauty standard? Embracing any form of imperfections is just part of our self-love journey, whatever it may be. It may not even be dark circle, it might be something else. Just embracing whatever it is part of self-loving. But knowing that it's just part of how we appear and how we look doesn't mean that we neglect that part of our skin completely. I mean, it's still okay to work towards a good skincare routine, a good SPF routine to help with hyperpigmentation. I mean, these things are you just caring for the skin you're in. And our skin is the largest organ in our body, and if that's something we don't take care of, I mean, it's a problem. When you're taking care of yourself, when you're applying your serums, when you're applying your SPF, just reframe the narrative in your mind. You're not doing it for others, you're doing it for yourself, for you to feel good in your own skin, not because you want to please others around you. Essentially, you should be doing it for you, not because you feel pressured in order to look a certain way. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I really enjoyed filming it. At the end of the day, dark circles is a very tiny part of who we are. We're so much more than that. I hope you guys found some love, some healing, some warmth in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you aren't already. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
You're gone.